It's so quiet. Where did all the noise go? Certainly, since my transition 44 years ago, there's been a lot of noise around trans people, which got louder recently. For the last couple of years at least, we have been on everybody's tongue. Everybody's been talking about being trans. At one point about 6 months ago, you couldn't turn on the news without hearing something about trans people. Have you noticed that it's gone quiet? Not so quiet that you could hear a pin drop, but pretty close. So why has it gone nearly silent? It's not a trick question. It's because their almost non-stop attacks of the recent years have worked. They've achieved their goal. Now, even the Democrats decided that discrimination against us in some areas is just common sense. When something makes common sense, it's hardly political. Have you noticed that trans people seem to be disappearing from social media, disappearing from television, disappearing from movies? It might be because there's this overarching feeling that we've lost, at least for now. But how? Why? What went wrong? It's been said by some that our umbrella got too big and covered people that really aren't trans, therefore diluting our message and making it very unclear to people and confusing as to what is trans. Others say we pushed too hard and too fast. Progress since my transition has been slow and steady. Then activists went really hard and started pushing and pushing. Then we had trans celebrities. Remember when Laverne Cox was on the cover of Time and it said the trans tipping point? That cover took the successes that we used to make quietly, demurely, to something very loud and in their face. Turns out it's probably a double-edged sword. Probably the same could be said for Dylan's Days of Girlhood. So is the answer pulling back? Disappearing ourselves? Ducking the public eye? Just for now. As more and more trans people pull back, hiding from the public eye, if we become less visible, our spaces will too. They will go underground, making it very difficult for trans people who aren't in the know to build community. That's certainly what it was like when I came up. We had these little spaces, these clubs and bars that we went to, and the people who knew. But take it from me, living that way opens the door for all kinds of wolves in sheep's clothing. If we disappear ourselves, what's left for young people is just what they hear from the other side. The first things they hear about themselves are all very negative. Rather than feeling entitled to great health care, people will start settling for the one doctor who will work on you. It doesn't mean that the doctors will be bad, but we should have choice, and we shouldn't feel grateful that one or two doctors decide that they would work on us. Only you're going to face challenges around health care, lodging, and employment are enough to stop anybody from transitioning. Should we be blaming ourselves? I don't think so. Absolutely not. It's not our fault. We didn't do anything. You know whose fault it is? It's the political party that is funded by billionaires. Billionaires investing tons of money into spreading lies about us. Makes it very difficult for our community, mostly poor people, to get the truth out there. We simply don't have the depth or the reach. That's why a lot of the lies have stuck. Lies like the prefix cis is a slur. Children having surgery to change their genders. Grooming and biological sex. Those lies have taken hold all over the world and all through the general population because we couldn't get our message out, because we didn't have enough reach. It also doesn't help any that there are trans people who tell the same lies. Maybe not everyone heard us, but you know who heard us? Trans people. There are more trans people coming out than ever, even in this climate. There are baby trans people all over the place who are documenting their transition online. I can't help but wonder what happens if that kind of content no longer gets published on social media. Every topic that trans people discuss has a million different takes. We pick and choose. We pick and choose who we like. There's lots of trans people treating other trans people as though they're disposable. It took a lot of effort, a lot of fighting to get to where we are today, to take up the space that we're taking. So why in the world would we want to give that up? I say don't disappear, just be careful. Let caution become your new favorite word. I heard somewhere that the trans experience is like climbing up a mountain. And to think of this time that we're experiencing right now as the steep part of the mountain. Time is hard right now, but who knows for how long? Who knows when, but at least we could take comfort in that nothing lasts forever.